Celebrity with Nene. So today, my crew members are Johnny and Anita. So say hi, you guys. All right, so
Hey.
Hey.
today, so today we're going to be doing a recap on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay. So the episode it started out with Candace's mom. She's visiting Candace in the new house, and they're just discussing like design and things of the new home,
Mhm.
right?
Girl, let me
Okay,
get
so
my notebook out. Let me take some notes. Hold up.
okay,
Right. Okay.
all
Continue.
right. So Johnny, what did you think about the scene with, um, look, I'm about to call the girl Wendy, Candace and her mom.
Which scene was that when they first came in?
And they were discussing like the design and stuff, and Candace is saying how her mom is visiting more now.
Oh yes, and she said she comes in way more than she visits more now that she doesn't pay the mortgage than she did when she was, and she had
Yeah.
her own glam room.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know, I think it's awesome to have a mom that can be a part of your life like that. But then the latter part of the show, which we'll get to later, makes you question why you have a mom in your life like that who starts mess with your friends. Like that's just crazy.
Exactly. Now, I want to give a disclaimer now. I'm probably going to be very shady in this episode. I'm going to put it out there. I am.
Put
I'm
it on
going
the
to get
line,
to it.
girl.
I'm going to get to it. But yeah, right now, I'm going to be calm. So,
Okay.
Anita, what did you think of that scenes?
Well, I'm Petty Betty. Okay. I'm
Okay.
petty. I'm shady, but I'm real.
Okay.
So, Mama need to sit down. She need to have several seats. First of all, you was mad because she was in your house that you was paying for. You was talking about that. Okay, now she not in your house, and now you want to be HGTV on the design team. Okay, Mama need to have several whole seats, and
Yeah.
she need to let Candace be a wife, and let her if she want to design her house and it's ugly and the pillows don't have a little chop in it. That's her house. Go to your house and chop your pillows.
Right. Absolutely. All right, so Reese has joined us. What did you
Hey,
think about that
Reese.
first scene with Candace and her mom?
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I felt like the mom was being a bit too much. Like I'm like, hey, get out her stuff. Like, especially when she could realize I know she had to notice that Candace was getting annoyed. And so I'm like, calm down. Like, you see you bothering her. So her mom was kinda getting on my nerves, but I ain't seen nothing wrong with the stuff. So if that's how she like it, let her have her house how she want it.
Right. Right. Okay. So the next scene is Mia calls her mom and she's trying to set up a little ice cream date with her mom and the kids and stuff. And she also reveals that she feels a little type of way. I'm sorry, I said
Mhm.
that twice. About her sister and her mom's relationship and how her mom lives with the sister and takes care of her sister's kids. Um, which I can understand why she had that feeling. What did y'all think of that?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I think that Mia, being that she comes from traumatic stuff, background,
Yeah.
she was scarred, injured, taken away, foster care. I feel like she's being, knowing that her mother is a former drug user and has had problems that she's still trying to overcome. I feel like she is really reaching and doing the most with the feeling some
Okay.
type of way regarding her sister and her mother's relationship with her kids. Okay, she lived there. She's been with her mother. She's been in her life. She's been there with the recovery and so on and so forth. So they're gonna have a different relationship and dynamic to begin with. You just coming back in, you felt some type of way. You got to give it a minute. She can't just jump right in and just stop everything she's doing. It's a process.
Well, I can understand perfectly where you're coming from with that. It is going to be a process because they have been separated for so many years.
Mhm.
What did you think, Johnny?
Well, that's where I kind of Can you hear me? Or am I echoing?
Yes.
We
No,
hear
we can
you.
hear you.
It's
Okay.
good.
That's where I kind of differ. I think the problem with her mom's relationship and her is the mom compares her too much to her father and
Yeah.
therefore creates a bridge or a broken bridge that she will not cross to get to know her daughter because she's so worried about the pain that her father caused her. And she did reveal they all have different fathers. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore she does have a different relationship with the daughter that she actually must be okay with the father with.
Mm-hmm.
And I can definitely relate to that situation. The difference is with myself is I actually went to counseling for that because my daughter, and as if you have a daughter, you know mother daughter relationships are very difficult, even with your mother. You have moments where they're great, you have moments when they're really bad, and just trying to work through it and keep trying to become those friends, that friend mother daughter relationship. I think every mother kind of strives for. I don't say kind of. I do believe every mother wants that mother daughter relationship. That it's like an unbreakable bond. But the counseling helped me to try and remember that my daughter is not her father. That my daughter is not her mother. She is my mother. She is her own person, and I have to allow her to go through the process of whatever it is, as opposed to just assuming she's out to do me mental harm or emotional harm. So
Mm-hmm.
I think the mom, in Mia's case, is doing that to her daughter, and I think it is tough for Mia to understand why was she the one always sent to foster home? Why was she the one who had to go through the childhood she went through, and she sees that her sister or whatever didn't go through that, or she doesn't say that they went through that too, but it doesn't seem like they went through that. And even the mom really went through the question about going to get ice cream with her kids. Like it seems like Mia keeps trying, and her mom keeps shutting her down. So I think that can be kind of tough.
Yeah. All right. So, Rissy, what did you think?
I don't know. I guess I'm kind of in the middle. Like I see both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I think I kind of gear a little bit more towards. I can understand Mia's side a little bit more. I guess in a sense of she's trying to build that relationship, and if the mom is always so busy with the sister or so busy with the sister's kids, like how are you getting to know your other grandkids, or how are you getting to develop that relationship? And so maybe it is, I mean, it's going to take time, obviously, and maybe they do need some sort of counseling. I don't know, but I kind of feel bad for Mia in that sense because she sounds like she just feels like she wants to get better and she wants her kids to know her mom too, but they're not gonna get the opportunity if she won't give it. And I think maybe it is like Johnny said, maybe it's because she reminds her too much of dad, and maybe she can only deal with Mia in doses, but that's not Mia's fault. So
Yeah, I
Right.
think they all need some counseling. Like
yeah,
even now, I'm
Yeah.
not like taking only Mia's side, or the mom's side, but I have an estranged relationship with my sister, mother, where there was drug usage and stuff like that, and it is damaging. But my sister is like Mia, like she don't, she didn't have a relationship, she don't want one. It's hard. Then you got one child that does have a relationship and tries to bridge the gap. Like it's rough because my kids got a relationship with my mother and my sister kids don't. And it's awkward. It's like when they talking about grandma, grandma, and my niece be looking like, what? Like, it is so ridiculous. So counseling probably would be good for all parties involved.
Right.
yeah.
Right. So another scene happened within that scene, right? So Mia and G, they're talking about like when couples are married and doing business together. And so Mia was saying, how it's best not to mix the two, which I was kind of on Mia's side with what she was saying to her husband. And I thought she was going to leave it there and leave it alone. Um, but as we'll see, or we'll talk about as we go into this episode more, Mia does not leave it there. It's like she just has to say something and throw her opinion in on Candace and Chris.
Messy.
Yeah, being messy. Yeah, nobody asked her. And so just to say, like, that's what happened there. And then the next scene that we go into is Wendy. Wendy and Eddie are talking. So Wendy presents Eddie with her business plan. And so Eddie, he listened, very supportive husband, listening to what she has to say. And then when she's done, he asks her some questions. But Wendy couldn't answer them. Which I would have thought by now Wendy would have done some research where she could have
Right.
answered him, but she just couldn't. So, what did y'all think of this scene?
Now you already know that's gonna make me so mad because I'm
Okay.
like, this girl then went and talked to she went and talked to Karen.
Yep.
Then she turned around and talked to her husband again. And you know what I'm saying? And he already asked her, like, hey, what's your business plan? And then she was still looking like, So I'm like, here we go, the third time. Now you starting to get annoying because if you serious about this business, after them last two conversations, you would have done more research than just your vision. I'm like,
Yep.
that's not even, they didn't even ask you necessarily a vision. You didn't have nothing to bring to the table but a vision when they had already asked her about a business plan, financial plan, all that. Like, what were you doing other than creating a vision? Your vision is probably the easiest thing because this is why you want to do it. But now you got to get to the real part. You know what I'm saying? Have you even did your trademarking? Have you done any? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, she is. And Karen, you know what I'm saying? The perfect person to ask gave you all of the info that you needed, and yet you still have done nothing. I'm like,
Right.
that scene made me mad. I was like, they could have skipped that because that just made me mad.
Yeah. It was a filler scene, definitely. Definitely felt like something that had been on the cutting room floor, and they was like, "Let me grab that and throw that right here."
Hmm.
That's the thought process I had about it. Okay.
Hmm.
Any other thoughts from anybody?
I think that Wendy needs to be. I feel like she's in a competition, like that only she knows
She
she's
is.
in. Like she's competing for what? Like you're already an established person, and I really feel like she let Giselle knock her off her square. You know, you are a professor. You was dogging us with this. I'm Professor Dr. Wendy. Like, okay, that's who you are. That's your whole persona. So yes, it's okay to branch out to other things and have other likes and so on, but be confident in who you are. And if you need to get knowledge from this one or that one, but still own it. Like I feel like she's
Yeah.
competing for some kind of spot outside of
Yeah.
the doctor thing because it's like that's all she had. So she's like, okay, there's other aspects of me, true enough, but you don't need to compete for the other aspects that are who you are. Just be them, you
And
know.
and something else that bothered me about Wendy, you work at a university. You trying to tell me there's no business students walking around that you can talk to and get some help?
Right. She lived with an attorney that's got
Right.
clearly her husband. Like I don't get it.
Yeah. I'm like, just ask for some help. Nobody's gonna judge you.
Exactly.
She competing with what? Like,
Right.
Nothing if she don't get that business plan together. Shoot.
Yeah.
right. First things
They
first.
could definitely show her that. So I
Mm-mm-mm.
don't know.
Oh, Wendy,
John,
we're gonna pray for sister.
we'll
Doctor.
pray for her. Yeah.
Doctor.
So
Yeah.
Johnny, did you have any thoughts about that scene?
No, I had no thoughts on it because I actually fell asleep on that scene, so I didn't even know it happened.
It's like,
I
look, her
did.
husband. He was looking like he's gonna fall asleep too. The way they kept cutting in, like yeah. Look at her sounding like she's just talking a bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how you have one of those moments where you realize you took a nap, but the show was still going, so I thought maybe I just slept through the commercials.
Right.
I
Yeah.
guess I slept
Okay.
through that scene.
I feel you. I can see it. I done told you guys what I felt about that scene. Yeah, they picked
Yeah.
that up off the cutting room floor.
Mhm.
Filler.
Absolutely. All right. So the next scene is Ashley. If I had to hear about Ashley's vagina, her booty, in any of those holes, I'm gonna scream because I'm over it. I'm
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
So
Right?
Ashley goes to her uncle Lump's house, and they're having what looks like it's probably brunch or something. And
Mm-hmm.
so the family's there. Ashley has both of her kids, and she's telling them about intimate things going on with her body.
Right.
That I was just like, wait a minute. Y'all are sitting there eating bacon and eggs and talking about her vajayjay. Like, this is nasty.
Not
You
brunch
know?
type conversation
Right.
over grits.
Right. And then I could see if she was having a conversation with her aunt. But no, Uncle Lump is there, other family members, her
Yeah.
mom is there. And I'm just like, girl. And so she also talks about Michael's new business venture with the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell Uncle Lump it does not like Michael because
Mm.
he's side eyeing him and asking questions, trying to figure out what's going on, you know. But
Yep.
Ashley, she seems very confident, and Michael has told her she can be in movies with him, with or at least the movies that he does. I'm just like, girl, I just want you to be quiet about your body. Okay, so anybody have any thoughts about that scene?
Oh my
um,
God.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Look.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I fell asleep during that one too, so I'm glad I missed it.
Wait a minute, did you
Yeah.
see any of it?
I promise. I saw a lot of the good stuff. I'm glad I
Yeah.
missed that stuff though.
She said something was hanging out like a bubble. I was like, what
Look, the
the?
next time if I have to listen to Ashley's body, I'm gonna call you to make sure you're awake to see this and hear this. And then
Okay.
we got Jamel with a comment. He says, "If I was her uncle, I would have said, close your pie hole." Exactly,
Yeah.
pie hole. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because I
I
mean,
can't imagine having that conversation around my uncle
Right.
and nephew.
and nephew and family
Yeah.
anyway. That's
Right.
she just gets too graphic with it from
yes, she did.
what she has said before. She just gets way
Right.
too graphic. Some of that stuff we don't need to know. If you really want to know about childbirth, you can watch a video.
I
Yes.
mean, her the way she talked would make. I don't have no kids, and after listening to everything she says and does, I don't want no kids. I'm like, it sounds like if I have a baby, it's gonna rip everything off, and nothing's gonna stop falling out. It's gonna continue to fall out for the rest of my life, apparently. And you know what I'm saying? And
And don't forget, you gotta find alternate holes for
yeah,
him.
yeah. I'm like, dude, why are your holes never healing, closing? Why is everything falling
No,
out?
no,
Why are you eating the stuff that's coming out? Why are your boobs always out? I'm like, seriously? This
look. That
girl,
doesn't happen to every woman.
I don't
Ashley's
know.
an
I don't believe
extreme
it.
case.
Yeah, no, I have three. It didn't happen to me at all, and my holes closed up very well, and they were all functional.
Look, but why is it? I mean, this woman had two. She should not want more kids. Never. Like I would tell that man, like you're never doing this to me again, or you'll never get any because I'm sorry, you're not gonna keep. What does she have left? What's
What is
left?
she doing with these holes that they not closing? I'm like,
That's what I'm
sis,
Right.
saying.
what's going on?
Nah, I don't
Don't
know
they
what's up
got
with
money
that.
in that? Like, come on.
Right.
Yeah, like you
The
said, she got
doctors.
money. She could easily get that. She needs to get with Mia and learn how to get one of those
Right.
Ah,
vagina
rejuvenation.
rejuvenation.
Sounds
Right.
like she need everything rejuvenation down at
That
the
part.
bottom because like her
She
whole
sure,
bottom half done fell out.
yeah, she
I
needs a
need to know
whole
if
new
she had a
surgery
sleep.
down there.
It's like the way she make it seem like everything is just falling out. Everything the baby's
Right.
touched has fallen out.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Ah, my
So,
goodness. Yeah. I don't know what to say about Ashley. She's very free spirited and her mouth is very free. And she just says whatever, whenever, however. And I'm like,
Hmm.
some things need to be a little more,
Yeah.
you know.
so my question is, why didn't Robin call her the loose one? All her
Yeah.
holes are loose. Her mouth is
True.
loose. It's just too
True.
much.
I guess because she dressed like she don't dress like she loose, but she definitely is loose. And maybe that's why her clothes are the way they are, because she can't put nothing tight around that. Like,
Right?
right, airing that out to hope it like closes up. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that. Ugh, I feel bad for Michael. That's all I got to say. Because I don't know what she got going on, but what she describes sounds real scary. It sounds scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely adventurous.
All right. So we go into the next scene. I'm gonna nickname it lies, 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 and more lies. That's what I'm nicknaming it. So it was Robin and Juan. They're looking at warehouses for Robin's hat business. So Robin says that she's making approximately $60,000 a week selling her hats. And so they look at this warehouse, and the woman
This
says
is
the
a month.
warehouse costs between 1,700 a month and 2,000. And Juan is like, "Whoa, oh, that's too much money." But if you're bringing in 65,000 a
A week,
week,
right?
that's over 200,000 a month, and you're balking at that price. Like the math is not coming through for me. And then they have a scene where Robin tells Juan that they are over budget on their house.
Mhm.
So my question is, wait a minute, how does he not know that? I guess y'all don't have the same bank account, maybe. But then two, if you're expecting Juan to help you pay the mortgage, you need to have a conversation with him before now that the house is $100,000 over. Like, how is this your future husband to be? And he doesn't know that. So that was my thoughts on there. Anybody else have any thoughts on that scene?
I think Juan wants Robin to stay in a space. He wants her to be momager, manage the house, hold the house down, deal with the kids. And some men have a problem with women that get successful, or they have where they're carving out their own little lane. And I think she's starting to do that. The kids are growing up. She's she wants something that's hers. And so the hat business is hers. And nobody was expecting all that to happen with the hat business. So it blew up basically. And I don't think he was ready for that. So I almost feel like he was hating on her warehouse a little bit. Because I don't think that's a lot of money. I mean,
That's
that's
not.
extremely reasonable
Yeah,
for what they're trying to do.
yeah. Because you got to think of the average person can swing 1,700 by themselves.
That's
Mhm.
the very first
Yeah,
thing came in my mind. I was like, hell, I need a warehouse.
yeah,
I could
yeah.
swing 17, and she's bringing in the money, and then she's like, I think she's not motivated because, you know, maybe she is trying to kind of dial herself back a little bit and dull herself down, because when he made that comment about it not being attractive, and you get up at 2 o'clock or blah blah blah, the girl already depressed, like, you know what I'm saying? Clearly, if you sleeping in the bed till 2 o'clock with the curtains closed still, you're depressed. So
Yeah.
she didn't need that from him. And then, if you already got self-esteem issues and then you run around talking about what you're not attracted to, bruh, yeah, just motivate me or shut up.
Yeah, I agree with you, Anita. Like that's just crazy. I thought that was totally crazy that he was not being supportive. So it's like here we are. I'm getting up now. I'm having you come and help me do this so I can get motivated to bring about my business, and you want to bring in all this doubt. And I just thought that was so crazy. I it kind of keeps showing the different aspects of their relationship that you're like, I don't get it. I don't get it. That's all I have to say. I just don't
They
get it because
probably
it
should
it
stay together.
really isn't making sense to me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So he was confusing me because he was one minute he was like, "Oh, that's too expensive." Then he was like, "Well, a business person just jumps in head first. They just do it. So just do it." They're like, "Do you want her to not do it or do it? Because you saying it's too expensive, but then you saying just do it." So it's confusing. Like make a decision here. Are we going with this or we not? Because I think that's the whole point of why she's bringing you along is to give your opinion and to help, not to bring more confusion. Because she could have did that by herself.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Her face looked confused. Now that you mentioned that, because she kept going like from side to side, and she did look confused. Like what?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you making it worse. Like she already having a hard time making decisions, and then you do it, don't do it, do it, don't do it. Like be quiet.
Yeah.
Oh
And
Lord.
something else I'm gonna bring up. So she did talk to him and say she needs him to kind of tone it back with things that he is saying to her. Like,
Mhm.
you could be my coach, but please put the whistle down or whatever, And and I understood what she was saying and stuff, and I was like, okay, he seems receptive. What's going on with that? And so at the end, he hugged her, but he kind of gave her a bro hug. I was like, what? Where's the I love you, hug where you're hugging your partner? That's what I was waiting for.
Mm, I didn't really take it as that he was being. I mean, like I don't know if they really like a. So this is me not seeing all the different seasons, so I don't know if they're a touchy feely couple. But
They're
that's just the
not.
vibe I don't get. That I get is that they're not super touchy feely. Um, I did for a second get kind of scared when he was like, "Well, you didn't give me a girl. You should have had a girl." At first, I was like, "Dang, that's messed up." But then I guess he's saying like that's why he's like that because he didn't have a girl to make him soft, so he's used to dealing with just the boys, like. And so I don't know, but yeah, I didn't get that he was being like distant necessarily, but that they're not touchy feely.
Yeah, they're not. They're not really publicly touchy feely like that. Even they just, when you're not used to giving people hugs, or you're not used to being in that environment, or you're not used to people watching, having cameras on you when you actually do, it would come off looking kind of awkward. I'm not a touchy feely person, so I'm sure if the camera was on me when I gave a person a hug, I'd have the look of, oh, they're touching me. And
That's
that's
what I'm
even
wondering
before
too.
COVID.
I wonder if it's the cameras. Maybe it is the cameras that make him kind of weird.
Yeah, sometimes I think like when he drinks, or when he's had a couple drinks, or he's comfortable, I think you get the real, or the more him. But I think just off the cuff, I do think his demeanor seems standoffish. So that's just my thought.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so then we go to a scene where Candace, she's talking about her dance rehearsal. Well, I'm sorry, she's doing her dance rehearsal. I'm gonna give her a pass on the dancing because I'm not a dancer like that. So I would have been stumbling and everything else over the steps. But
Then don't do difficult steps. You can do
okay.
side to side, front to front. You can do a little booty dropping up, but you ain't got to do all the hard footwork she was doing. And
Hmm.
she hadn't been practicing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
She
she
Yeah,
hadn't been
hadn't been.
practicing.
that's what I said.
And she also revealed that she paid $10,000 out of pocket for the video shoot because she's not a signed artist. Which we can tell you're not a signed artist yet because you'd be more serious about what you're
Hmm.
doing. Um, and so she's talking to Chris about that, and then they also kind of talk about like Chris not being there, and Chris was telling Candace that, like, you're not gonna have a bunch of takes, and you also need to make sure you do the one scene before the sun sets. He's like, because the sun doesn't wait for anybody, and I actually like that line, because it's true. The sun
Mhm.
don't wait for anybody. Um, and so, okay, so that scene. What did you guys think about Candace and Chris talking?
Uh, I mean, maybe she needed that because if he's her manager, he's keeping her on track. So, um, I think from that entire scene, like that part didn't bother me so much. Other than her trying to get back snippy with him, but it's like you want him to be a manager, so let him be a manager. Because when he's
Right.
not available, you getting mad and you crying, so let him be a manager. But what made me mad was the fact that, like y'all said earlier, you've been spent $10,000 on this. You should have had your butt instead of going to Williamsburg and all these other places, or while you were
Right.
doing this stuff, you should have been practicing because that's your money down the drain. Had the sun set and you didn't finish your
Yeah.
day. So that's why I was like, wow.
Yeah. Could you imagine like Beyonce coming to a rehearsal when they're fixing to do a video shoot and she don't know the steps? Like, and even as skilled of a dancer as she is, because I've watched Homecoming I don't know how many times, but even as skilled of a dancer as she is, it took her a year to practice and get her stuff on point, you know? And no, you're not a paid artist, but that is your money. Like, how do you just waste your money like that? That's $10,000 ain't no, that's like
I
5 months of paychecks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could imagine just wasting my time like that and being like, oh, I'll get it when I get it. No, even on the day of the shoot, she was still messing up her dance moves. So
Yes, she
you
was.
still weren't practicing. I just thought
right.
that was crazy. Like, if you don't want to do the dance and nobody said you had to dance, you could have sat your ass on that damn car. You could have just been walking back and forth in front of the dancers. Like, there was so many other options you could have done instead of trying to dance and push the shoot back because like you'll see well like we'll say she was late to the scene where the ladies were because they had just finished shooting because of the dancing.
Candace is a she's a brat, just like her mom said. Mama is messy as hell, but she has some of the stuff that she says is true and valid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it
Yeah.
is probably mom's fault that she's the way she is.
Absolutely.
So she's a brat. She's a crybaby. She's a I want my way, wham, wham, wham. And I want to call all the shots and I want to be the boss, but I don't want to pay the cost.
Yeah,
Right.
but in this scene, I'll also say I was proud of Chris for checking her when
Yes.
she got disrespectful because she's way too comfortable getting disrespectful
Yes, she
with her
is.
husband on camera. And
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
So I was glad
She
Chris
thinks it's
did do
cute.
that. All right,
Hmm.
so the next scene, all of the ladies, including Candace's mom, show up for the video shoot. Okay, Candace is not there, so the ladies are like, "What's going on? Where's Candace?"
Right?
And Miss Dorothy is there, and this is the first time she has met Mia.
Oh God.
So Mia is on a whole messy role, I guess you could say. So she introduces herself, hugs Miss Dorothy, and then proceeds to be like, "And how old are you?" Skirt, wait 1 minute. Like, you don't know this lady. Why are you asking her about her age?
Miss Dorothy
Have
good
you
because I'd have
lost your
clowned
mind?
her.
I know.
I'd have been like, sis,
Of
how old are
course.
you with your old looking self?
Exactly. And she doesn't even know how old she is. Why
They
is she
look the
worried about
same
somebody
age.
else?
No.
They look the same age. For real. She looked Miss Dorothy age.
Her Botox is not aging very well.
It's
I'll
not.
just
I
say
think she
that.
older than she's saying.
Oh, absolutely. And y'all know I love to call out somebody about their age. That's my favorite thing to do on here. I'm
Yeah,
calling you out.
I feel like she's more like 40s. I don't see how she's only 34 or 33. I just don't
Mm-mm.
see it. And
I don't.
unless you just got that much plastic surgery that she's messed up your face like that, like, and that's the
Well, they
hard
didn't do
part
a good
about her. She's
job.
so pretty, huh?
They didn't do a good job, but she got plastic surgery. I'm 46, and
Yeah,
sis looked like she running right with me.
yeah, she does.
We
That's what I'm
pushing
saying. Like,
50.
it's like sometimes she looks like she could be the 34 or whatever, and then other times I'm like, are you sure you're not in your 40s?
It's the
I
She
just,
angles.
at
It's the
34.
angles. Yeah,
She
certain
at
yeah,
angles make her
34.
look really
She don't
good.
look 34. She looked 44.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be messy on that one. with
Yeah.
her
And
because she
Anita's being
messy.
nice. I would have gave her about 50, 51.
She don't look no 50.
Dang, I was being a little nice.
Now,
Good God.
I
but
know,
no,
right?
see, Anita, you have to take into account she's had some plastic surgery.
And
So she
rejuvenation.
could be in her mid 50s.
That's true. Cause you know what? Cause and
Yeah,
you know what? Her mom looked good for her age, considering all she
she
been through. So
does.
I'm like, who does
She
she look like?
does.
The daddy?
I don't know.
Cause
Yeah,
she
she
got
looks
some
like the
old
daddy.
genes.
Yeah, she needs some
Even
face
though mom
treatment.
been through it, she look good.
Mhm. It's true.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Absolutely. Okay, so Racy, did you have anything to say about Mia and her newfound messiness?
That chick just now it explains what we've been seeing in these previews. But all right, we ain't. I don't think we got there yet. Not quite yet.
Okay. All right. So, as I said, they were at Candace's, not her dance rehearsal, but the actual shoot. So, finally, Candace arrives. She says that she was at the shoot for the other part of the video. Now, I will admit, even though I hate admitting to this, I did watch the video.
Okay.
So there was, another couple of scenes which I didn't understand why she didn't record this scene first and then do the others because they were indoors, like in a
Exactly.
garage or whatever. So I didn't
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
understand that. And then she was rushing because she kept talking about the sun is gonna set, the sun is gonna set, and I'm just like, you could have avoided all that, sis. Did that morning,
You're
and
right.
yeah, and
I didn't even
so
think about that, but yeah.
yeah, the cars wasn't there. The cars that were supposed to be set up. So she started asking the ladies if they can use their personal cars. Now,
Right, which made sense.
yeah, now Enchilada, I like her car. I'll give her that.
Mhm.
Yes. And so Anita, we don't call a Scala here.
Okay, what's her
She
name?
said, "Oh, whatever you want." We enchilada, Appalachian, Escalade.
Escalade is mine.
What's her name? Escalica,
Oh yeah, there we go,
Alaska.
Escalica.
Alaska, Escalica. I like Escala. She's
As
sassy.
you can even call her AstraZeneca. That's good too.
Escala. I like her. She's sassy. She says the stuff don't nobody want to say. She asks the hard questions like, so what? I like her
Yeah,
because she's a little messy and a little classy mixed.
I'll
I
give her
like
that.
that.
I just want her to speak up more. That's what
She's
I
she's
want.
going to. I feel it coming.
Yeah, so I like that if that day comes. So the ladies, they do allow Candace to showcase, I guess you could say, their cars. And so Mama Dorothy, which is this is just my opinion. I think Mama Dorothy was upset. And she's upset with the whole Chris situation. And now she's in town visiting. And you know how you go out of town, you can get agitated with things you see around you real quick. Because she also made some slick statements when somebody said, "Where's Chris?" And she was like, "Oh, he's at the house making some dinners." Kind of like like he at the house making dinner plates to sell out their kitchen window or something. And Mia asks Dorothy, here we go with Mia again, is he getting paid? And then she's trying to come in with the whole, it's hard to work with your partner and all of this stuff. And I'm like, first of all, if you want to have this conversation, have it with Candace. Do not have this conversation with her mom. You need to knock
Yeah,
that
because
off
you
at
know
the
what?
park.
When they were at the dinner table, she said nothing to Candace about what she said to her
Right.
husband. So that
Right.
would have been the opportunity to say, I worked with my husband. He treated me like a child, and I had to stop that. Well, he
Right.
treated you like a child because you like 30 years younger than him because he's 80,
She is
which
20
makes her
years younger
50.
than him.
Girl,
Got to
wait,
get
wait,
them
wait.
even the numbers right.
Don't hate on the older husbands because my baby older. They do tend to try to treat us a little like a little kid, but it's
Like
cool though.
kids.
It's cute though.
So
Oh, that's
I was wondering though if she was really concerned about that. Wouldn't she have said that at the dinner?
Right.
Like, why wait till now talking to the mom to get all
funny.
up in that side of the
Right.
get
Messy,
that information?
Yeah.
messy. She messy as hell. I mean, but it's highly entertaining. I mean, we can't deny that. But she messy as hell. And I'm mad at Mama Dot because she know dang on well she shouldn't have been saying
Oh
all that.
yeah, and I'm gonna get on Mama Dot's ass in just 1 second. I'm gonna get on her. Okay, so Mama Dot, she all on it now. I don't know, she had a drink or two and got some courage because she starts trying to talk trash. And she also implies that she's paying some of their bills because
Mhm.
Chris apparently quit his job a little bit after the wedding. And she said she didn't think he was gonna quit, you know.
That was
So
messy and
yeah,
unnecessary. She ain't had to say
it
all that.
was. It wasn't necessary at all. So Mama Dorothy, she was being messy too. And it was like she had an audience because Mia and Robin never left Mama's side. They wanted to hear it all, which I don't blame them. I probably would have wanted to hear it too, but I would have been like, "Hey, here's my cell phone number. Call me later." You know, or I would have stood out to the distance listening.
That
That's
wasn't Mia and Robin. That was Karen.
No, Karen actually tried to pull her to the side, and she was like, and Karen said to her, she said, "Oh, no, 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 I'm mic'd up. I'm mic'd up." So she was letting the mom know, like, "Don't do this because I'm mic'd up." But
I would have been ear
Mama
hustling like
Dorothy did not care. She did not care.
No, she didn't. Because even when she was doing all that, she still kept telling Karen all the business. Now Karen is the one she trusts to tell everything to, and but she didn't care who was listening. And I
Mm-hmm.
true.
think Karen was just trying to give her the courtesy, like, "Hey, I have the mic on, so whatever you say could possibly get out there." And she was like, at that point, she just didn't care.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
but
know if it
It's
was
gonna
that
come back.
huh?
I'm sorry, it's gonna come back and bite you. You know they're gonna bring this back later in the season with
yeah,
what was being said, especially on the reunion.
yeah, it's
Right.
Because
gonna come up.
she said she was mic'd up. So it's gonna be a whole big old mess between Mama Dot and Candace, of course. And she's gonna try to pull Karen into it and say, "See, you ain't my friend." You know how Candace do. Girl,
Mm-hmm.
it's about to be
Yeah.
a mess.
It is.
Yeah.
So then we got Chris and his hips show up. He brought the the baby bearing hips to the photo shoot, and he's wearing an apron, and he's walking all fast and got his face frowned all up, but he doesn't really explode. Now he's talking to like a director guy. I guess he was a director, and he was like, "Well, I just got off the phone with them at 1, and the cars were set to be there." Now this is just my personal opinion. I don't believe that those cars were ever gonna come, or his car declined when they ran it to charge him for the car rentals, and that charge didn't go through. But I just didn't get the feeling that those cars were solidified to be there. And then, why are you wearing a clean apron running up like you've been off cooking all day or something? It's like, Chris, stop playing. We know you just grabbed that apron on your way out the door and threw it on.
Well, actually, I was awake during the scene,
Okay.
and his thing didn't start until 6:30. They were filming before 6:30, so he was trying to see. I don't even really know why he came at all anyway, but
Yeah.
his thing didn't start until later.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he came up in a clean apron. So he hadn't been cooking yet.
Well, Miss Dorothy was claiming he was at the house cooking dinners.
Yeah, she was just being facetious, but his thing hadn't started until later that evening. So they were there. I think it was 6:20, and his thing was supposed to start maybe 7:30 was when his thing was supposed to start. So I
But
guess all the
still,
prepping and everything.
there was still time for you to have taken that apron off. What was the purpose of you showing up in that apron?
Because I guess he was trying to show Candace that he stopped what he was doing to come up there and support her when the cars weren't there.
Yeah, I believe that's what he was up to, but I don't believe you were doing something because your apron was way too clean. And I think he also wanted to show Giselle because Giselle has made her comments about him, and I think he knew she was going to be there. The other ladies who heard what she said about him were going to be there, so he wanted to show up in his uniform.
Mm.
Yeah, and okay, I guess I'll let you guys give your input um before I go into the final
On the
segment.
Chris thing. Ooh, I'm loud. Hold on. Okay. On the, I think
My
that he's
TV
trying
sounds
to
good.
show his husband skills, his husbander thing. He's trying to prove a lot because he knows that Mama Dot got her mouth on him. And so he's trying to do a lot. At the same time, I feel like he need to fall back and just stay in his lane. Don't worry about what Mama Dot say. The best
Mhm.
way to keep somebody off you is to prove them wrong.
Right.
Don't do the very thing they're accusing you of doing. Um,
Absolutely.
he should just fell back and just watch. It is what it is. I know what I'm doing. Y'all don't get to dictate what I do or how I manage. You don't know what's going on. Y'all just arrived and you on the outside looking in. I'm in the midst
Right.
of it. I know what's up.
Yeah.
So he need to quit letting Mama Dot knock him off his square as well, and just stay focused. Like seriously.
Yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts?
No, I agree with that too. Like, but I don't know that I think he did have that stuff planned, and I think it just went wrong. I don't know. He seemed like he was legit mad, and I mean, I guess if it was a lie, he said to go through and act it out. But I don't know. I feel like he really was mad, and he probably came up there because she was texting him and whatever, and was mad, and
Calling
he
and
needed to come
mad.
up
Yeah.
there and support because it was a mess up when he had already done said how like over and over how everything's smooth. I got this. Stop worrying about what I'm doing, and then finally something went wrong. But I mean, I say life happens. Luckily, you got friends with nice cars. That's all I can say.
Right.
Yeah, because they
But
say
we all
that
had to pull it up. They'd have been like, "Get that out of here. That's not for the video."
They wouldn't have let my Camry. They wouldn't have let my Camry be in there.
no, they would have been like, get that Jeep and that Camry out of here.
Look, two Camrys. They were like, two Camrys. Get out of here, y'all. Stop this.
Don't
Y'all
talk
playing
about
games.
Camry Barrington.
Yeah.
He's a foreign vehicle.
Look, I got a Camry too. They'd have been like, "Look, y'all playing us, right? Y'all keep pulling up in Camrys."
I love my Camry. You hear
Me
me?
too.
I
Me
might as well
too.
be riding in a BMW,
Me too. That's my car, man.
Mercedes.
And I ain't changing it. I don't care unless somebody give me a nice luxury car, then I'll change it. But until
Exactly.
then, it's me and Camry.
Exactly. We ride till the wheels fall off.
Mhm.
Right. Absolutely. Oh, here go Johnny. She's back. Okay,
Sorry.
so the episode ends with Candace. She finishes her video shoot. Okay, and so I thought it was cute. The ladies were standing to the side doing a little bob. Even Mama Dorothy. I could have sworn I saw her doing the lean with it, rock with
She
it.
did. She's like, what her old ass.
Yes, yes. So I like
Mhm.
that little scene with them.
Yeah.
But the only thing I wonder, since Candace was paying out of pocket, why wasn't Chris her love interest? Now her love interest was gorgeous. I'm sorry, I gotta give it. Yeah, I liked him.
Mhm.
But I
Bro
was
was
just
sexy.
wondering,
He was sexy.
yeah, but why pay? You have your husband?
Okay,
Well,
we
he
know
had been in
why.
the movie the whole time. He had been in the shoot the whole time. You can't just replace him at the end.
No,
Well,
I'm
we know
saying instead
why
of
though.
ever paying him, instead of ever getting, she could have cut corners there.
He can't be the love interest. First of all, he ain't hot enough. Let's just really clear the air with that. Let's be real. Let's be
Girl, what about the
clear.
hips? What about the hips? You don't
First
think
of
he
all,
has
his
sexy hips?
complexion is. Can I just be real? He not a hot white boy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He not. He he not that on that level. So he not like cut up with it, beard trim, sexy white boy. He's not that. So she
Yeah.
can't put him in there. You got to bring some sexual chocolate to the table. And that's what she
Okay.
did. Because bro was like, the beard
Yes.
was up. He was
Yeah.
hot.
And I was over here like,
Mhm.
Right? That was a tenderoni.
yes, he was. Oh, that chocolate thing.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
The
Absolutely.
crazy part is that like when you saw Candace with the fake boyfriend, like Candace looks really young, and then he looked young, and then it made Chris look kind of old. I felt bad for Chris in that scene.
Yeah.
I was like, they making him look old, like almost like there was liver spots and stuff showing too. I was like,
I
I
think
didn't
He
know.
was looking real sugar daddy-ish. Like, right?
got liver spots.
That's
When
how
you
he was
said
looking.
liver
And
spots,
I've never seen that until this scene. I was like, what is that?
when
What's
you
happening
said
here?
liver
Why they doing
spots,
it like that?
when you said liver spots, it made me think about Tom Girardi.
Well, let me not do that. Let me not do that. Well, yeah, I can because that dude was garbage after what he did to them people, so I can do that.
He
Yeah.
was looking real sugar daddy-ish, like real college
Yeah,
fun, supporter.
but I
Yeah.
think if he did something with himself, he possibly wouldn't be like as old looking, or maybe he could look better. But yeah, I agree. Like you needed that other dude for the video because this is. I mean, you can put $10,000 in it. This dude that's making you drive back better be looking good. You know what I mean? Because people,
Right.
you want
Because
people
you
to be
ain't
like, "Yo,
driving
you
back for
might drive
you
back
ain't
too."
driving back for that, are you?
Right.
Yeah, but I did. I thought that was so cute.
Look.
Like
Oh
when
yeah. He made me want to drive back. I was
look,
like, ooh,
Right?
fanny
look at that.
and all.
Thirsty. That dude is a thirst trap for you, huh?
Yes. If I knew his Instagram, I'd be all in his comments, all
Ah,
in his DM.
but yeah, that would end up being a cute scene though, and I like, and then too, like I don't know how Chris like he was standing there just smiling and looking happy, but I'm like, man, I've been looking like you're hugging him a little too tight. All right, cut. Scene's over.
Right.
Go back and dance with your friends. Get your hand off his back. Like, what you doing?
Right.
I could have been there.
Yeah, didn't she kind of rub his shoulders and rub his arms a little
Yeah,
bit
close
too?
Yeah,
my eyes in the hug. I was like, you
She,
gotta go like, open your eyes. Why your
yeah,
eyes
she was like,
closed?
"Oh, this is what muscles feels like."
Look, while she hugging, as soon as she opened her eyes, I'd have been sitting on the other side like, ain't no way. You ain't gonna be getting that close. That's why you don't have me at your video shoot.
uh-huh. Yep. Sure enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So we reached the end of the episode. But
Oh
let's talk
wait.
about
How y'all feel about oh girls like the glasses visor thing? I don't know how I felt about that.
The
I thought it
who?
was ugly and tacky.
Which
I
one?
didn't know what it was.
Girl.
Was it part of COVID shield sunglasses?
No, I think
Or
those are
was
just
that
like some old fancy.
those weren't
I don't know.
fancy. Those looked horrible.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was like,
so
But
and
that's
then
what I was
too, I don't know the back history about Giselle and Dorothy. Do they not get along?
I don't know, but I
Mm.
don't see a reason why they wouldn't.
Okay, because she stayed in the car the whole time while Wendy and Mia were talking to Dorothy.
Yeah, because she was waiting for her lapdog to show up. You saw she got out the car when Robin got there.
Yeah, when Robin got
Mhm.
there, she didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
that's
because
I
it's
was
still probably kind of awkward with her and Wendy a little bit.
with
Like,
Wendy.
they,
Yeah,
and she did make the comment. She was like, well, even though we didn't kind of made up, I'm still gonna stay back here because. But the other thing, y'all seen Escalade, Skylar. No, that's the right name, huh? Hold
yeah.
on.
yeah.
Let me do it again. Alaska. Did y'all see her hair? I was like, I am in love. Like I love her hair. She got
Yeah, her
that
hair was
beautiful.
very pretty.
Oh
I
my
Right.
think to
gosh.
me, she looked like the better one. She should have been playing Candace.
Yeah.
Her and
So
Candace.
She could have been lip
Yeah,
syncing
she
playing
should have
the
been
lead.
lip syncing Candace's words and hugged up on the dude. That would have been the cutest scene.
right. So that's
Yeah,
what I
'cause-
was gonna get onto is the outfits.
oh my bad. I
So
ain't even see
The
that.
Yeah,
Skylar's was super cute, but
Yeah,
I
it
like
was.
she
but
was
her
on
hair was
point.
everything to
She
me.
understood the assignment.
Yes, she
She
right,
did.
did.
right. She
Yeah, I think
understood.
Wendy and who was the other one? Wendy and Mia, they need to look at Fast and the Furious because in no Fast and the Furious does anybody have on freaking black fishnet pantyhose.
But you
But
Mm.
know
wait,
what?
why was Candace dressed like? I swear, I felt like I was
Candace,
watching a
yes.
Teen Bop video.
I
Yeah,
Yeah,
hated her
socks.
outfit.
yeah.
Her
Them
outfit was not
socks.
cute.
I was
Why
like,
did
how
she
old
have
are
those
you? Like
socks?
12?
Why did she
Yeah,
have those
no.
socks?
Exactly.
That
The
The socks.
shoes. It was
The
the
socks
shoes
was
for me.
ridiculous.
yeah,
Uh,
that
I
was
could see if maybe it was like one of them things she had like the little booty shorts and then the socks came to the knees and they were like those knee high too. I could even see something that was like trying to be sexy like that. But what she had on, I was like, come
no,
on,
there
man,
was
you would
nothing
leave.
Very middle
sexy about
school.
her outfit.
You would
What I
leave.
mean, biker shorts, those are like biker leather shorts. Now
Very
those
middle
should have
school.
been booty shorts. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
Hmm.
The I don't know what's the knee socks with the stripes on them and the high top sneakers. I
right.
was like,
I
what
don't
the
think they were to the
hell?
knee. When they like to the
Yeah,
like literally those were like gym socks, like for real. Like, come on, now, you could have did better than that. That was not even
Right.
cute. Like that. When I saw the video, I noticed that, and I was like, "What is that? What is on her feet? Like, why
yeah.
she?"
Her outfit was horrible. I for you to spend $10,000, you must have spent like $10 on your outfit because that was
Right.
just pitiful.
She kept pulling out that little half raincoat thing. I'm like, "What?
Yeah, that was
Take that off."
I wanted somebody to take
no.
that from her. I was just like, why?
What's the purpose of it?
Right.
No.
I'm so sorry, ladies. I gotta end with y'all, but this has been so
Okay.
much fun, and I look forward to the next one. I'm gonna wind it back and watch with the rest of what y'all had to say.
I
Okay.
love it.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. We
Bye, Nita.
enjoyed
Bye,
you.
bye, guys.
Juanita.
All right.
Uh-oh.
So we didn't discuss the worst dressed, and the one who definitely did not understand the assignment. Giselle. Why was she wearing what looked like leather yoga pants? I didn't understand. I was
Yeah,
confused.
she wasn't comfortable with the assignment either. I'm sorry. I didn't like the only person's outfit I liked was Alaska. I don't even
Mhm.
remember Robin's outfit, to be honest. I can't even remember what she had on.
She
That's
had like
how
a little belly shirt and then some jeans. So it
Yeah,
she
wasn't
did show her
it looked like
belly.
she was
spectacular, but it
going.
wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, it looked like she
Right.
was going to a rock concert to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, more like yeah. We have to go ahead and call her by her name this episode. Skyla, she
Yeah,
did
she
that.
did that. She did
She
that.
did, but actually, we didn't mention on last week. She did it with that. It was like an African Egyptian type
Yeah,
look
African. It
together.
was like from her country,
her
like an
country.
African
Yeah,
outfit. Yeah.
that was very pretty. She
It was.
definitely can dress. You got to give it to her.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give her that.
And look, she one of them people because when I was deployed to Africa, I was like, man, this is not where I'm from. When I saw their hair type, they got that beautiful curly long hair, and I was like, oh, she got that hair. And then when
Yeah.
she had it big, I was like, oh, I am in love with her hair.
Yeah, her hair was very pretty.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
give that to her as well. So yeah, so that was the episode. Does anybody have anything else they wanted to discuss?
Oh, you kind of forgot one thing. When did you mention when she was doing the driving with the darter?
Oh,
Like. I
No, she didn't
literally
mention that.
wait,
So
I know because you get
wait,
tired of talking about that stuff, but I literally felt like that would have been me. Um, like just because when stuff ain't supposed to be funny, I think I nervously laugh so hard like that sometimes when I'm nervous or scared. Unless I'm legit scared. But like when it's like the awkward scared, and her daughter had me dying because she was laughing the whole time. Like, she hit the brake, scream, drive too fast, scream, and then she just be laughing. I know that was driving Giselle up the wall because I'd have been so mad if I was Giselle. But I can relate to the daughter on that one.
Well, she can't be too mad because obviously Giselle has not taken her out driving
Oh,
at
shit.
right,
all. Like that,
Mm-hmm.
for somebody to pass a driving test and that be their first time driving with cones in a parking lot after they passed the driving test, that's just not right.
Nah,
right. Like who graded her? Well, I forgot she didn't do the driving. She
she
got
did
the
the
permit.
No,
permit.
she did
Yeah,
the permit.
She
She
did the
just did
test.
the
The test.
test, but dude, it's like okay. I walk the line with this kind of thing with driving. If you're not ready to drive, I don't believe in forcing a child to drive. Like
right,
my daughter didn't want to drive at 16, 17. I didn't force it. And of course, now
Mhm.
she's wishing she can drive or she's trying to drive, but even still, sometimes I feel like she's being forced to do it. And that's where the errors come in and that's when accidents happen. My
Mhm.
son, on the other hand, he wants to drive. He's eager to drive, ready to drive. So his driving when you're riding with him is totally different from my daughter's. So seeing her with her daughter, I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't think she really wants to drive. I think you're pushing this on her and she's trying to do it or she's being it just don't seem like it's something she really wants to do. It's
Mhm.
feeling like something she has to do.
Yeah.
And
right.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Why does she have to drive? Like
Because she
what
said
law?
she wants her to drive her sisters around.
Oh.
Oh.
Hmm.
See, I wouldn't trust. I'd be so scared about that.
Oh,
That's where my
absolutely.
anxiety kicks in.
Mhm.
They wouldn't be able to leave the house every day. I'd
Yeah.
have to be in the car with them because I'd be too nervous that something would happen, especially when they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like
Oh,
I can't even imagine that knock on my door in the middle of the night because I forced my kid to drive my kids around and none of them are coming home.
yeah.
You
And
know, that's
clearly she's
happened.
not ready. She's not ready.
She is not
Mm-mm.
ready.
Yeah.
Nowhere near ready.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot earlier I said I was gonna get in Miss Dorothy's ass. Okay. So I do have a bone to pick with Miss Dorothy. I can totally understand if she is helping them financially and she is upset with Chris. But you don't do your daughter like that. You have the conversation with her, not with her messy coworkers. So
Mhm.
I felt like Miss Dorothy was wrong for what she was doing at that video shoot.
Mhm.
Yeah, it seemed like she just really wanted to talk about it.
Yeah,
Cause somebody told her, somebody said I felt like Chris was using her or Chris was doing something to her, and she said, "Oh, I'm so glad somebody was on my side." And I was like, "What the hell?" I forgot who said that.
it was Robin.
It was Robin.
Hmm.
Yeah, and she said, "I'm so glad somebody told her that because that's what I've been saying."
Yeah, but then it's like again, Robin, you were at the table when Giselle said something and you kept your mouth shut. But now you want to discuss that with her mom?
Yeah, that was crazy. They were all trying to get that juice, get that tea.
Hmm.
Yeah, but every single one of them was quiet. So it's like, yeah, none of y'all should be in there talking. Only
Yeah,
person that I feel like has any right to even be having that conversation, which none of them do, but if anybody, it's gonna be Giselle because Giselle was the only one that called it out. So
Yeah,
she
but see,
can
that's why I was asking:
no.
is there a problem with Giselle and Dorothy? Because even when I can't remember if it was Wendy who came over there because she was talking to Robin, and she was like, Mia's over there asking her all the questions or asking Dorothy all these questions, And Giselle was like, "Well, I'm glad somebody's asking her. Tell her to keep on asking because I want to know." So she wouldn't even go over and
Oh,
ask
that
her
was
herself.
Giselle. That was Giselle that said, "Let her keep on asking. I want to know."
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Giselle said that, but she didn't go and ask Dorothy herself. That's why I was wondering if there's an issue between them because she wouldn't even stop the conversation to go find out the tea about the
because I think
about
she's come under fire for so much that she's done getting into stuff that
Yeah,
I think she stayed out of it. But Wendy couldn't wait to make a beeline to
I
Candace.
ain't
And
like that either.
yeah, I didn't like
yeah,
that. She could have
yeah,
waited till after the shoot. Like
right,
you already know she's kind of stressed out about situations. She doesn't need to be worried about what her mom's over there telling everybody. If
right,
I were a friend, I would have just waited till she was done with the shoot, and then afterwards, I would have said I would have probably called her or text her and said, "Hey, when you have a moment and you're able to listen, give me a call because I need to tell you what happened."
yeah.
That way she's up. That way she knows, and when she's ready to hear, she can listen to it. But at that particular moment, I just didn't feel that was the time.
Mm-mm.
Right. I don't think so either. But she's beefing with me. So that's why she couldn't wait to go run tell
You see?
Candace. Yeah. You
Yeah, they
remember?
still
That's
have that
right.
underlying beef that we don't
Yeah.
know
Mm,
where it came from.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did read that Wendy's husband deleted 200 models off of his Instagram page, so I wonder if Mia was one of them.
Look, he must have heard what I said when I said that. Look, he was listening, so he watched our show because he must have heard when I said they talking about him. They talking about he need to delete his page.
Yeah, he started deleting women off his Instagram page.
Good,
Big
good for
booty
you.
women at that.
But that sounds like something Wendy probably put him up to because how long has he been following the big
Following
booty
them,
women?
right?
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of get that from.
Probably.
Yeah.
If somebody, she probably heard one of the bloggers say it and was like, true.
And like went over there and looked and it's like, oh, take them off. Take them
Yeah.
off.
You should have been
Just
looking
because
at
he takes them
that.
off his main page, don't mean he didn't create a fake profile.
Or that
Right.
he ain't in the DM.
Yeah.
We don't know.
So, but
I mean,
anyway,
he do look like Idris. You know what I'm saying? He do.
Where?
That's what she
seriously,
You better
girl,
said.
I was like, I know she
Yeah.
joking.
now.
That's what
Now
she said.
I'll give
That's
it
what she
to
said.
Eddie. He's a nice looking man, but he's no Idris. No, no.
No, he ain't.
Nah, he's not. I don't. He's not even. He's not my type. He's not that cute to me. I like that he's a
Yeah, moments.
married father and stuff like that, but he's just not that cute to me. That nah, 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 nah.
I
That
think
was
he
an insult that she put him in
yeah, yeah. He got
Idris's realm.
moments.
That's a whole nother realm of good looking.
Yeah, that is. That is. Yeah, cause he had
Uh,
moments, but he ain't nothing to like. I don't see nobody stealing him unless you maybe know him personally and you got to know his personality and he's like
personality, yeah. Like, see, if I were to see his picture, it would be. Is it swipe left? Not
I'm not
interested.
sure. I've never
Yeah.
been on.
the swipe away because I mean I wouldn't look at him like that unless I knew him. Like, you know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
one of them
you would
ones that
have
had a
to get
certain
to know.
personality.
He would be one of those dudes that would be your friend that would finally make you see the light, and then you'd start dating him. But he wouldn't be the dude you date right up front.
Now I
You
don't
know what I'm
know
saying?
how well his game is. He might have some game,
He
but
might,
Chris
but that's the thing
somehow
is,
pulled Candace, and I
yeah,
feel like
but we talking like if you just looking at the picture only,
Yeah, picture only.
swiping.
Yeah, maybe talking to him, you might be able to see some things. I
Yeah,
don't know. But it would definitely not be like walk up to him, Idris, sexy, I'm getting him. No. No, no, no.
especially when you realize he married. Like, ain't nothing attractive about him after you realize that. Like, other than like,
Yeah,
you a good man, stay and continue to be what you are portraying. Like, stop that. Yep.
yeah.
But like, if he was like Idris, it might be like, shoot, why you got to be married? You know what I'm saying? Him, no.
Yes.
yeah, but Idris is married in real life.
I know that's what I'm saying. That's
I
what I'm
know,
saying.
such a heartbreaker, but I was so glad he married his sister. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. I'm so glad he did not crush my dreams.
Yeah.
She's a lucky woman.
Yes, she is. She is.
All right. So, is there any other things that we want to bring up?
Um. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Like.
Okay. Well, that was the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Alrighty. So come back and check us out. Normally we are on Monday evenings. And then also check us out on Saturday where we do Life After Lockup. Lockup. I have an echo in my ear. So if I talk a little weird, that's what it is. So thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button before you leave. And thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.